so sad. Okay, let's see if we can come back, because we are trying to learn, teach ourselves. Let's see if we can fall back. I was cut off. We have to fall back. Okay, let's come back. Let's come back. Let's share. Let's come back. We have to. So that we can. I was cut off. I don't know. I was just cut off from the live broadcast. It's one of those things. But let's just come back. Let's come back. Do the sharing as much as you can, and okay, do the sharing, then we move on. It's part of the wahala we see. It's part of the wahala we see. So, okay, I was talking about, I was making I was informing us that that this is how Onyendu designed Ipob. He just like almost what is obtainable in U.S. Political system or political structure. You understand me? So even when the president of U.S., for instance, wants to, know what is happening in Africa, he's not in Africa. He's not in Africa. But he wants to know what actually is happening in Africa. The next thing you see the president of U.S. doing is to call the Secretary of the State. He will call the Secretary of the State. Remember, he's the president in Oval Office. The Secretary of the State falls back to the deputies. The deputies fall back to undersecretaries. And these undersecretaries keep on falling back to different, For instance, when you look at the secretary or undersecretary for political affairs, for example, you have Bureau of African Affairs. These are experts who are already concentrating in studying, issues around Africa. And that's how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu structured Ipob to be, which is an intention of raising an institution. An intention of raising an institution. So when, let me project back what we projected earlier. So when that particular structure is neglected, they are bound to be a disaster. They are bound to be a disaster. They are bound to be a disaster. And that is what we are telling our people. When you want to build an institution, it's not all about you. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has a purpose of setting up such a structure, because you can't predict, in freedom fighting, you can't predict your life. You can't predict your life. Yes, you can predict your life. That is the case of freedom fighters all over the world. You can't predict your life. You get to a point that the people you want to even come out from, when they now see that you see you and what you're chasing, they might start activating the tactics of assassination, just taken away. Israel is doing it. Isn't Israel doing it? Key Palestinians leaders, Hamas leaders have been taken away. Are you not seeing it? This is a reality. You know, when we tell our people face reality for what reality is, they think it's just noise making. They think it's noise making. The state studies you. In fact, as a matter of fact, we are going to get to a point in this journey. We are going to get to a point in this journey that powers will be struggling to own us. The West will be struggling because of what we have. The East will be struggling before. And at that point, it becomes more dangerous. Because if you're not going to, if you are in the leadership and you are not going to allow yourself to be an agent of PR for the West or the other side, you'll be a target of elimination. You see, we need to inform ourselves of what it is. At this level, we have not really, we are still like playing a moonlight play. At this level, we are playing a very moonlight play because we've not been able to secure a strong ally. We've not gotten to that stage. We get to a stage that every one of us is carrying a death sentence on our foreheads. And of course, you will see many will disappear, many will run away. At this time, we are still making noise. Do we have engagements, strong allies? We've not gotten to that point. And then you will understand the importance of history. You will understand why you must read history, why you will stop all this nonsense that we are talking and talk what is most ideal. Then you will voluntarily stop listening to fools and see life for what it is. Oh, you don't know? You don't know that we'll get to a point, even internal actors in Biafran land who feel threatened that you will dominate the political circle. IPOB they will start taking away key IPOB members. We get to that point. So but when we tell us these are what the future holds, so many of us think the struggle, there's something enjoyable in it, except you don't know what you're fighting. If you know what you're fighting, there's nothing sweet. If you know what you're doing, if you know the purpose of you subscribing into this journey, you will know that there's nothing attractive. If it's not born out of your passion to have our people, to have us have a life, not the life of mockery we find ourselves in Nigeria. If you are not passionate about it, you will not think it's an issue of joke. But when you have passion about it, you will know it's a body. It denies you a lot. It denies you a lot. It denies you a lot. There's absolutely nothing attractive about this struggle, except you are just here for joke. But if you are not, if there's anything attractive, why is it that Mazi Nnamdi cannot enjoy his life? I know most of our people who cannot touch leg in Nigeria airport. They can never. Hey, even though their parents died, they can never. Yes, I know most of our people. So when you see some men struggling, doing everything to make sure this struggle does not collapse, it's because their safety is already compromised. You that have nothing much to lose, you will now want them to to be bendable to your own opinion. It doesn't work that way. Most of them are blacklisted. Most of them are blacklisted. And there are places they cannot find themselves. Yes, there are places. Most of them are not working free. So when you now understand this reality, then you see the need to understand how some people feel the way they feel. Yes, you understand why some people feel the way they feel. An ordinary person, you are entitled for jamboree. You are entitled to joke around. You are entitled to move around. But you see these ones who have already occupied sensitive leadership position, then you should understand. So based on what Elochukwu posted, why are you against a lawyer for coming to submit letter? The lawyer has never said he came to submit letter anywhere. It's never in a record. Rather, he said he came to speak to our people in his own word about what is happening to the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. Mazi Chika, I will call you back. So that is what it is. That is what the lawyer says. And let me even ask, supposedly he came to submit letters. Because he said he came to submit letters. Are the letters, our brother Chief Barrister Maswell told us that he was invited to speak to Nnamdi. Then later on he decided to see other groups. You see, one thing with bitterness of heart is this: when you are bittered, or you are now allow hatred to preoccupy your sense of reasoning, you will be struggling to configure a story, and it's not going to happen. The lawyer never said he went for, for letter submission. And then meanwhile, thank you, Kismet too. We have an S program today by 5. Let people come and hear. Come and ask your question. It's important. Come and ask question on today's program, S program by 5. Of course, a lot of pro-Nigerianists will be there. So come. So what am I trying to do? The lawyer never said he came to. What prompted the likes of me to start digging deep about the lawyer is because when the lawyer display a high sense of disrespect to the leadership, most of you will not know, I have studied a lot by special grace of God and with all sense of humility. I understand what the importance of structural existence in a movement. When Mandela was in long-time incarceration, the mistake the blacks never allowed to happen to them is to crash the leadership of ANC. Most of you do not know. Most of you do not know. British MI6, American CIA, and other international pro-apartheid international intelligence agency, they did everything to destroy ANC leadership. In fact, the reason why they held Mandela so long was because the ANC leadership refused to collapse. Because they selected Mandela with the intention of crashing the ANC leadership. Our people should go and read, go and research. And it was their inability to destroy ANC leadership that rescued Mandela. Of course. That was what rescued Mandela. If not, Mandela would have been a forgotten fellow. And his vision would have also been destroyed. He wouldn't have achieved what he achieved. The sense of history is for us to know what life is all about. Nobody hates anybody. Nobody have a resentment on anybody. But what we are saying is that let us be less emotional when we want to discuss issues. Let us be less emotional. Now, let me tell us something, because it's important for us to research. Now, when you look at during the apartheid time, look at how ANC was structured. This is the structure of ANC, and exactly what Mazi. You see, some people will blame Mazi Nnamdi Kanu tomorrow if now they have isolated and incarcerated him, if we help the Nigerian state to destroy the structure, the movement, the leadership. Most of us will still come back. You know, our people hardly take responsibility. We will not take responsibility. We will still come back and say, oh, now they can look at destroyer. But you never knew you aided and abetted. Your role discouraged him. You never knew. Now look at how ANC was structured. Because of how powerful ANC was structured, which is the way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a freedom fighter knows his own life and his own time is not at his own decision to take, except you are just a joker. If you're a freedom fighter, your life is not dependent to you. You can be careful, you can be conscious, but it's only your chi. If your chi sleeps, the enemy can take advantage of you. Now, look at how ANC was structured. That time, you have core ANC structure. And in that core ANC structure, you have National Executive Committee. Take note of that. The role is highest decision-making body in the ANC. Even in exile, provided leadership and strategic direction. Let us learn from this. Let us learn from this. That is how ANC was structured. Their highest decision taking is a National Executive Committee. Their role was highest decision making body in ANC. Even in exile, it provided leadership and strategic direction. And look, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was asked under heavy torture that by the DSS, how is IPOB wrong? Because they wanted to have a template, a promo type of how IPOB is wrong. He said to them, I'm the leader, but the DOS run day-to-day activities of IPOB. A very intelligent response. Meaning, I am the president. I am the pioneer. I am the driver. But when it comes to where the motor will go, where it will not go, the conductor will tell me, stop in this bus stop, or somebody want to alert. Okay, move. That is why you see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will sit on seat broadcasting. He wants to know something about me from my village. He doesn't have that information. All he does is he will activate a department in the Directorate of State. If you look at Directorate of State, you have a sub-department. He will activate the attention of the HOD, the head of the Directorate of State, and said, please, Chika Austin, want to know everything about that guy. The Directorate of the head of Directorate of State we call the coordinator of all coordinators. There's a department that handles the coordinators affair. The coordinators of all coordinators will ring African rep. African rep will ring the zoo rep. The zoo rep will ring Biafran land rep. The Biafran land rep will ring the state. The state rings to local government, down to the unit in my village, and I will be profiled. And Mazi Nnamdi will say, as I speak to you, we have gotten the full detail of the man. Look at his father's name, look at his mother's name, look at this, because there is organizational flow of chat. But because we have less intellectual people. We have a lot of intellectual people, but because some of them do not want to be maligned, to be insulted, and all this, they just quietly stay and be observing. And you will not see all these guys who do not even understand what organizational structure is all about. We start ranting. Let me give instance, because I'm an old member of Ipob. Let me give instance, which I have said it several times. Early 2014, I had the voice of Mazi Nnamdi and said, okay, I want to enroll in the media arm of this struggle. 2014. I charted the provided platform, I emailed the provided email they provided then. Now the person asked me where I was. I told the person responding to that email. Do you know what the person said? He said, okay, are you a family member? I said, no, I'm not. Oh, you want to work for us in the media? I said, yes. They said, okay, send your number. I sent my number. This communication was still happening in email. If I go to my email, I can get you the transcript. They said somebody will ring me. It didn't take long. Somebody rang me and said, I am Amaka Ipob. I stay in UK. I was asked to contact you because you want to work for media. I say yes. It's okay. Tell me about yourself. I explained. And I thought it was over. It's okay. Hold on. Somebody else is going to contact you. Before I know, the then state coordinator contacted me and said, oh, are you so person? I was asked to contact you. You want to work for media? I said, okay. It's okay, no problem. Go to so place. Go to... In fact, every stage, I was moved to transferred to another place until the final unit, where I took an oath and identified to work for the struggle. Why was it done that way? Because if you are arrogant, if you're proud, if you are not humble, you cannot go those channels. That was the same channel they wanted Simon Ekpa to go through. He couldn't bear it. He couldn't be patient enough to pass through it. He couldn't be patient enough to pass through it. And that is what the structure Mazi Nnamdi can design. Less of sentiment. It doesn't matter who you are. So the lawyer was not in Europe. You must understand. The lawyer was not in Europe to send any letter. He was not in Europe to send any letter. He wasn't in Europe to send any letter. He never said that. It is Elochukwu that is speaking. Maybe, perhaps, let me oblige here that perhaps the lawyer must have briefed him, contrary to what he said on public space. That led him to Europe, not sending letter. And when they started to push the narrative that he was there for diplomatic, and I asked a question: diplomatic job is good. What is diplomatic? It's all about engagement. It's all about public relations. I studied diplomacy in the university. I tell you my school, University of Port Harcourt, to go and find out HDS, History and Diplomatic Studies, the department. I'm not putting off fake information. It's verifiable. So diplomacy is all about engagement. It's all about PR. So who did he go to? But he told her he went for Yam Festival. And not minding that, we are now hearing that he was being attacked for for going to submit letter, which is not anywhere close to what the learned gentleman told us. Now, not minding that, Elochukwu posted another interesting thing here, which I had wanted him to come in here so that we can brainstorm, because we are not perfect. We are not perfect. We must admit that. Now, look at another thing he posted. Very, very important. Remember, we'll be on S this evening by 5 p.m. to discuss. Look at another thing he posted. He said, if DSS wants to send someone to Europe to destroy IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu lawyers will be the last people they will send. You people should stop telling lies. If there is anything the lawyer did that is disrespectful, talk about it and leave what he went for alone. The worst thing is that once one person concocts a blackmail, you blow it up immediately. Now let us face reality. He said, if the DSS wants to send someone to Europe to destroy IPOB, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer can be the last thing. You see, this is where I really felt deeply disappointed on Elochukwu. I have respect to everybody in the media, even Biafrans at large. I have respect, including even those that it seems, a kind of, even those who have a disagreeing view. I still have respect for them. Now, you are not telling me that we should rule out the possibility that anybody can be used. That is the submission here. That anybody can be used to undermine IPOB. That is funny. And if that is the submission, it implies that IPOB can never be manipulated from any angle. That's what it implies. And if you give me time, I can give you timeless research. Do you know why it's good sometimes to, very soon I will give us access to coming for our contribution. Nnamdi production. He said, Oga, take me in on your life. Let me lecture you on all the gibberish you are dishing out. Okay, send your Nnamdi, send your request. I'll be glad to have you lecture me. Now, let me now tell you something. Why we need to read. It helps you to be on the watch. There have been histories, historically speaking, and you know, history centers on fact, where even lawyers have turned to be spies to their clients. You cannot deny that. It has happened. Understand that and understand it too well. There have been a historical records where lawyers turn to spies on their clients. It has happened. And I'm going to call out historical references so that we fall. I'm not saying these guys are spies to Nnamdi, or you should understand. But you cannot rule out the fact that we cannot query certain movement and action. Because you cannot say there is the last thing the DSS. What are you even talking about? Is the last thing the DSS can do? Who told you? Oh, you don't know? You don't know it has happened? Oh, you think it has never happened? You think it has never happened? It has happened timelessly. Now, let me give us you can write it down. For those of you who think it has never happened. There's a man known as Nicola. His name, you know, in intelligence agency, they code names. His name is Lawyer S. Listen and listen very carefully. Please, meanwhile, where is this guy? Please send your request. I'll bring you in. Where is this guy? This guy that wants to lecture me. Okay, one dandy, please send your request. I'm actually waiting. Now, we are talking about historical evidences that things like that can happen. We are not saying that these guys are spies. But for Elochukwu to tell me that is the last thing that can ever happen, is really laughable. And that's why geopolitics is important. History is important to every average freedom fighter. So that you understand that the impossibility can still happen. The impossibility can still happen. You cannot underestimate what your enemy can do to you. That's why we are careless. Mandandi, please send your request. And I promise to give you a healthy platform. No insult on you, no attack on you, no abuse of any type. Kindly send in your request. We are learning every day. Perhaps you will teach us what we don't know. It's normal. Am I an epicenter of knowledge? Absolutely no. Okay, let's move on. If you check, you will now understand that Nicola, what intelligence agencies in Australia called him is Lawyer S. He said Gabo was a criminal defense barrister who acted as a covert informant for Victoria Police. He was a lawyer and also a covert agent. So don't say, we are talking about even advanced society are doing it, how much more a shrewd society like Nigeria. Madandi, I said come in and have the platform, and you're now talking on comment section. I don't really understand. You asked that I should bring you in, and I oblige with all due respect. Come in and let us have a healthy discussion. You can't be on comment section and be ranting. It doesn't make sense. So, Nicola was a lawyer and also spying on his clients. Do you understand it? I repeat again, I am not saying that the lawyers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are doing the same. And I am not also saying that there is no possibility of them doing that. You should understand. Now, we also have the case of Ronald Minkin. This is the United States. He was an attorney. You know, US do not call barrister, they call attorney. That is what they call their lawyers. They call attorney. He was an attorney, and yet he was providing information to federal prosecutors about his client, Stephen Manshak. You understand what I'm saying? This is a lawyer who also was recruited to spy his client. So when we say this, we are not saying this thing because anybody want to blackmail anybody. We want to also send signal to those around and do that. We are also thinking about this. So if peradventure you want to or you are into it, desist. It is called reverse psychology. But our people do not understand how these things work. And somebody is telling you to relax. And I further went on investigation. To let our people understand one thing, I said, look, beside, you cannot, let me tell you, Biafrans, take note of what I want to say. For you to meet a governor, you must be properly vetted. You must be properly vetted. We're talking about a government that is controlling maybe 6 million population. 6 million population. You must be properly vetted. Now, talk about an individual pursuing the interest of over 60 million people. That's what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Forget the Schneggan display they want to reduce into Afariko. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is an embodiment of the interest of 60 million people. Then you are not telling me I should not even dig down over who is around him. That was what prompted me. I've done research on Ozokeme. Yes, I have done extensive research on his personality. And I know my discoveries. If it poses a threat, I will also say it. What of a Jofo? I have also done research. And I also find my content. Alloy, I have also done research. Just like people also research about me. Then I have never indicated interest on Barrister Maswell. We all do respect. I have never. But after his outburst in Europe, I said, no, let me even know this person. And I started digging. How many cases has he won? Absolutely none. The one that he would have won, please send your request. For those of us who want to talk, send your request, I will add you. The case he would have won between defamation case between Jessam Michael and him. He was even punished. The court fined him 1 million naira to pay Jessam Michael. And I said, no, something is wrong. He told us he was part of, is on public record. He even asked people to record and make it public, that he was part of those who handled Waziri Kandasare case. And when I made my decision, I discovered he graduated in 2010. Why Waziri Kandasare? He finished in 2010. Why Waziri Kandasare matter ended in 2007? 3 years. So where did he come in? As a what? If he had said he was part of it based on PR, public relation engagement, it's quite understandable. It's why after Onyema of APs was part on PR basis and others. But for you to come and boldly lie to the people, two things are there. Either you are seeing the people as daft, and of course, so many of us are proven to be daft. Some of us are proven to be daft. Or you are not sincere to yourself. And I said, no, this cannot happen. You cannot insult the intelligence of the people. You can't. We are not part of it. My research is not even tracing any footprint of yours, how much more your participation. So why would you boldly lie? Okay, let me see. Let me make a further investigation. I made further investigation and I realized you have a matter currently going between you and the state. You have a matter currently going. You see, when people talk about blackmail should be devoid of facts. Yes, blackmail should be devoid of facts. Not when I'm telling something and I'm giving you reference, go and check this, and you say it's blackmail. What do you call blackmail? Except you don't understand the meaning of blackmail. Because we are good at using grammar without even understanding the contextual meaning or meanings. Oh, Chika Austin is a blackmailer. You ask yourself, how? How? How am I blackmailing you? Are you not having matter currently with the state? With the Nigerian government? You are. Matter of impersonation, forgery, and which other one? Are you not? You are. If he's a white man that is being unveiled, he will come and explain himself. He will even resign. You see, every time you want to get visa because you want an organ or society that is well structured, pinnacled in the principle of integrity, but you cannot even call for accountability. You cannot even call for integrity. All you can do is start shouting, blackmail. Who is blackmailing who? Because the public document is saying this, and this is what I'm leveraging on to say. So what am I trying to say? We have to understand things. We have to understand things. So what am I trying to say? The lawyers have my respect. The lawyers still have my respect. But when I see them acting suspiciously, I owe myself that respect to also call for order. Yes. Nobody can say, oh, I accused, I said this against this man without facts. In fact, as a matter of fact, I can remember I have shared, linked, that somebody has a matter with the state does not mean he's convicted. Take note of that. Take note of that. Barrister Maxwell, still, the federal government has not proven beyond every reasonable doubt of what they accused the learned gentleman. Take note of that. Truth must be said. But what we are saying is this. There is also possibility that one who has such grievous matter can trade it with his client. It's possible. Don't tell me it's not possible. Intelligence agencies do it all over the world. They do it all over the world. You can be given a safe landing just for you to be recruited to do a dirty job. That is what it is. It does happen. It has happened in several cases in the world. So, I do not blackmail. Why would I blackmail? If somebody blackmail me, it pains me. For instance, when some people say, I was in Spain. Some people say I built a hotel for China Sanworu in Ebonyi that I have not even stepped my foot. Till this current age, I have not visited Ebonyi, that wonderful state. I wish I can be there someday. I have not. I have not been to Europe. That is the saddest thing. I have not. That is how terrible it is. Peradventure I will be in the future, but I have not. That is the meaning of blackmail. When somebody says something without facts and evidence. But did that bother me? It didn't. Why did it not bother me? At least you can't tell me that there are no cameras in Europe, in Spain, to see me. Or you can't tell me nobody can even phantom this building, this spiritual building I am building for Nwuru in Ebonyi. So it doesn't bother me. But in this case, we are seeing it. As I'm talking, you can Google it out. So what am I trying to say? Let us understand something. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a high-profile personality. Very, very important. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a high-profile personality. Who is around him matters to us. Even though his siblings pushes the narrative that is none of anyone's business to know, it is our business to know. Very, very important. So at this moment, I would want us to, those of you who want to come in and speak, I wish I can send this Nnamdi production. Nnamdi, let me try a way to get you in so that you can speak. You know, nobody is attacking anybody. It doesn't matter what your feelings. It doesn't matter what you have to say. I think, let me see if I can add you. Okay, I just sent you a request, Nnamdi. Come in, make yourself free. I just sent Nnamdi request. Oh, I don't know, you declined. Let me try once again. Nnamdi production. Maybe you can even seize this opportunity to tell us about your business. I am sending you for the second time. Please come in. I know you're a Nigerianist. Come in, have the platform. Say what you want to say. It is your right. And where we need to correct you, we cannot fail to do that. So let us have a healthy debate. Because I have been taking time to read. The last thing you posted said, have you done research on your principal, Nnamdi? You know? Have you done research? And I have sent you a request. It's funny that you are not coming. come in, have the platform. Have the platform. Okay. Why he refused to pick up? Why he refused to pick up? Others can send a request. For those of you who want to talk, who want to participate, who have questions to answer, you can honorably do that. Honorably do that. Very, very important. So I just sent a request to the guy here, but it's quite unfortunate he doesn't want to come and speak his mind. You know, people should understand. Nnamdi, this is the second time I'm sending you a request. I mean, Nnamdi production. You might not know why it interests me to have you here, so that I know most of you in your little mind sees IPOB as whatever you want. But it's important we also pave way, like just the way it will be by 5 p.m. Biafran time today on X. I will also wish you guys should come in. You said I should let you in so that you can educate us. And I've been sending this. This is the second time. Maybe if I try the third time, you refuse to come in, then we move on. We move on. If I try the third time, then we can now move on. It's not, we have done our business. Because we had wanted to have you in, but okay, somebody sent a request. Sorry, I missed that request because I was trying to get the guy here. Okay. More than the hence you have decided to run away from your shadow. There's no problem. There's absolutely no problem. So we have somebody here. Mazi, welcome. The floor is for you. Happy Sunday.
They were watching it. I greet everybody, Biafrans worldwide. You know, these people, they cannot come and debate you. They like to hide on the comment section, insulting and writing rubbish. So when they are being confronted with reality and facts, they will run away. Even before our leader was renditioned, illegally renditioned and forcibly from Kenya. Before then, you hear all over the Nigeria mainstream media everywhere. Oh, he jumped to bail. He should come. He should come and defend himself. He jumped bail. We did that. We did that. Only for them to kidnap him, and then in their court they couldn't even come face to face to say, okay, all those evidence they're having, look at it, look at it. They are covering their face, answering Mr. A, Mr. Baby. I don't know. I don't know. So that's how they roll. That's how all of them roll. Yeah, all the whole supporters, the same thing. You see, that's how they roll. They cannot come openly now. You are calling them, since inviting all of them. Come, that thing you said you want to say. That thing you said we are not doing right. Come and talk about it. Let us iron it once and for all. They will not. Even in the S today, in this evening, you will see a lot of them. They will be in the comment section, writing rubbish. But if you invite them in to come and challenge, they cannot challenge openly. So that's the way they run. So that's what I just want to say. You know, keep on doing what you're doing. Keep the fire burning. At the end, we will win. Yeah. God bless everybody.
Thank you, Mazi. That is Mazi, one of us, Mazi KEKE, one of us in Germany, and I think he is a committed one of us. So please, for those of you who want to come in, then they have I have given you several, I have sent several requests to you to I have requested 3 times for you, Nnamdi, to join this program, but I don't know why. I had wanted you to come and educate us. Educate us. You see, the truth remains that what we are fighting is a just fight. Forget the attempt by the state, when the Nigerian state, to criminalize what we're doing by contracting some misguided brethren of ours. Self-determination is an inalienable right of the people. Has Nigeria not voted for Palestinians? Nigeria just voted in UN for Palestinian self-determination. Nigeria just voted, and that's one of the signatories to that. I'm just telling you, this week, Nigeria loaned her signature to Palestinian self-determination. And you can imagine what that means. But domestically, they don't want to talk about it. And that's why, because they know that it is the rightful thing for you that you're asking. They are doing everything to move you from asking what you're supposed to ask to criminalization. Mazi, you're highly welcome.
Hello, Mazi Chika. Good afternoon. How are you?
Ndewo.
I think my it now shows blackout. I don't know.
Oh, but I think we can see you. I think we can see
you. Can see me, no problem. Ndewo. It has been a long time.
Thank you so much.
Daalụ nwa Chineke. Ndewo. Thank you for your good job and for your good analysis. It's not easy when the mad. As in Chukwu I want to ask one question. But sometimes what is happening between us or between our people sometimes is baffling me. This our brother Eluchko Ohagi. I want to ask, do you think he knows what he's doing, or do you think he's under spell? Because the way our people fall out sometimes, I don't think it's ordinary. I don't think it's ordinary, because I feel that sometimes they may be fighting the struggle or fighting the structure, and that they are not aware they are doing that. What I think, because I just check Elochukwu Ohagi Facebook profile picture just now. I mean Facebook profile, and I found out he said, "Why are you against a lawyer for coming to submit letter to seek help for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if not witchcraft?" He posted 5 hours ago. The same Elochukwu Ohagi, now let me show you what he posts. What he posted 2 hours ago. I mean 3 hours ago. He said, I'm coming, excuse me. So this is why I'm doubting if these guys really know what they are doing or they are under spell. It's like you have deleted it. Where he is against the article Maxwell share. He have deleted it, I think. So what I'm trying to say is that he is condemning, he's defending Maxwell, and at the same time condemning Maxwell. I don't know if you get my point. He's defending Maxwell. According to him, he said that the voice that we play in Radio Biafra is not real. According to Eluchukwu Ohagi, that the voice is not real. He don't believe in that voice record. This is the voice of Maxwell Okpara, without being doubt, where he said that he fights for the release of Asai Dokubo and Wazirike. Now, Maxwell Okpara come to Spain or Europe for vacation. That guy come here for vacation to come and look around how Europe look like. We're not against anybody coming for vacation. You can come for vacation and maybe use that opportunity and meet one or two people from your state, just like the article you write last 4 days ago, if I'm not mistaken, how you say that Mbise, if I'm not mistaken, normally celebrate Yam Festival every year, and it's a mandatory for the Mbise people to celebrate that Yam Festival. You have opportunity to be in Mbise, in Malaga here. I live in Malaga here, my brother. You have opportunity to be here. You can meet your people. You can interact with your people. You can also use that opportunity to tell them to support Biafra or fight for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. It's understandable. Not when you land in the airport, telling us that you are here to campaign for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. One man campaigning for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Without associating with DOS, without associating with any member of DOS. You come to Malaga here, our coordinator, our national coordinator call you. Is DOS aware that you are here? You say DOS my food. You don't have to tell them, you don't have to contact them, you don't have anything to do with DOS. And you are fighting for the release of Nnamdi Kanu without recognizing the structure that Nnamdi Kanu put in place. This the same Igbo that he meet here are the real enemy of IPOB here in Malaga. They never one day fight or campaign or agitate for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No, they never do it one day. You see it? So my question to you is that, do you think Elochukwu hardly know what he's doing, or is it under spell, or is he confused? What do you think? This is what I want to know from you. What is your thought on that?
Okay, thank you, Mazi, for that question. Well, I had a reason why I wanted our brother Elochukwu to be on this program, because he is one of those guys I respect, you know, based on his contribution in this struggle. You cannot bury that. You cannot value that fact. It's an indisputable fact. He has made a whole lot of intellectual contributions to this struggle. And like, I wouldn't have treated someone else. I gave him that privilege to be here on this program so that we can have a discussion, logical discussion as regards to this. But perhaps, let me believe, he have his tight schedule that he couldn't make it. If it's someone else, I wouldn't have bothered myself. I will go ahead and roll. But it's somebody I have a relative respect for, you know. So I believe he will take time to listen to this program. I know he will, and he will also understand the importance of clarifications, you know, because if he's here and you ask this question, I think he would have better responded to it than me. I'm not Elochukwu. I wanted him to be here so that people can ask him questions, you know, how did the letter, who was the letter written to, or let me say the letter should be issue of secrecy anyway. But it's no longer a secret, hence the lawyer have told him, which I believe that he went there to write the letter. Why he told others, he told the public he came for festive period and see some individuals. So it's so unfortunate, but we keep on moving. The essence of all this thing we are doing, we should understand. I keep telling somebody, I told somebody yesterday, I said, the genesis of the conflict between us and the autopilot was instigated by our Lord.
Yes.
It was our Lord who was secretly telling Simon, but don't worry, Onyendu is happy with you. Onyendu is in support of what you're doing. It was our Lord. He motivated them and they believe they can challenge the structure. Why the same our Lord? It was our Lord that stirred up that conflict between Eberima and the leadership. It was him also that engineered Eberima followers to start attacking IPOB members. It was our Lord. And somebody cannot tell me he never knew what he was doing. That was a smart move.
Of course.
It was a move born out of intelligence agency script. But thank God it failed.
It failed.
Whether we like it or not, that particular plot, that action of our Lord, how the level of damage it did to IPOB. Take it, no matter how you want to end it. There are so many of our brothers who cannot come back to IPO because of shame of what they did.
Of course, of course.
Why was there?
Yeah, yeah.
They are just dying in silence. They are dying of guilt.
That is true.
Finally, they wake up and return back to the family. They
Yeah,
say,
I have many of them here. I know many of them here.
Yes. Yeah, instead of us to come back, let us continue in our error. Because now they are orphans. They are fatherless.
Yeah.
But they can't come back. Who instigated that? Are you not telling me that the instigation Aloy carried out was just a mere self-choice? No.
No, no.
It was part of the state operation to destroy IPOB.
Yes. Yes.
So that is what it is. Maz, I want to thank you for your time so that we can have other things as well.
Yes, I find the article. You know, sometimes these people, they always say we lie so much. I find the article. Just give me like 2 minutes to read it out.
Okay, go on.
This is from Elochukwu. He posted it 1 hour ago. He said, Lawyer Maxwell did not write that article. He shared the article right by the Port Harcourt autopilot. Sharing it also amounts to some level of capability. We don't share what we believe. And if after sharing, we find out that it is not actually what we thought, we do break it down. But Maxwell did not break that post down. It means he has no respect for IPOB leadership. This is wrong. You can imagine.
Who is saying this? Is that what Elochukwu wrote?
This is what Elochukwu wrote. That is what I'm saying. I don't know if this is that spell or they are confused. I don't know. This is what he wrote 1 hour ago. And I'm coming. I continue. He said, it means he has no respect for IPOB leadership. This is wrong. He should ask Mazi Nnamdi lawyer. Respect IPOB leadership. At least don't speak down on them publicly. Do you see how it's confused? You should not speak down on them publicly. So he's supporting speaking down IPOB privately. Are you getting me now? Now he said, if this were to be the narrative, I will not challenge it. I'm challenging things here because what is happening is blackmailing. The case of Asare and Wazirike happened a long time ago, and Maxwell wasn't the lawyer who handled the case. If he or anyone says otherwise, the person is lying. I have listened to an unconfirmed audio where Maxwell said he was behind the release of Asare and Wazirike. Underline that word, unconfirmed audio. I try to tell him now, he don't know the voice of Maxwell Okpara. He don't know how it sounds. So he don't even believe that voice. He says unconfirmed voice. This guy is a kind of a cunning human being. Now he said, you want to say something?
No, Maz. Okay, finish up.
So now, if you hear such claim, then the person is Saibo Onwegi. You just don't believe it. You just don't believe a lie and use it to blackmail. This is a movement and not a blackmailing industry. Center your argument on lies and disrespect. Don't invent your own lie and say he convinced Wazirike to drop Biafra, and he has also worked on Mazi Kanu to be dropped Biafra. You are misrepresenting Mazi Kanu. You are putting your leader in the same table with Wazirike, all in the name of fighting a lawyer. Saying DOS my foot is wrong. Yet, it doesn't mean he was sent to Europe by DSS to destroy IPOB. Imagine. He agreed that saying DOS my foot is wrong. He now come back again and defend it and say, Yet it doesn't mean he was sent to Europe by DSS to destroy IPOB. Make I ask you a question, my brother. Somebody that said DOS my food, if that person see opportunity to put poison for food where DOS are eating, he's not going to do it. Now he go again and say, you go and say, one thing I'm letting us know is that you guys won't carry out blackmail anymore unconfronted. And for those of you talking about me doing damage control in anything, all right, should get out. Who is doing damage control for you? Is it for you to love me or what? Who is seeking love from idiots, gangsters, and blackmailers? I don't need love from a bunch of blackmailers. I don't send you. They are lame and get out. I have no business with any of you that is against whatever Mazi Kanu says goes. When come out, that is where I belong. What do you have to say about this, Mazi?
Mazi, what I want to say about is that one is his opinion.
Yes.
One is his opinion. Just the way the one I'm saying here is my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Two, he shot himself on the foot by contradicting himself.
Exactly.
And that narrative lacks consistency. You can't contradict yourself and you say you're saying the truth.
That's what makes me confused sometimes.
So what Elochukwu said, I took time to wish he can join this program because I really want us to understand something. You see, the DOS, if all of us in consensus say want to destroy the DOS, do you know the mood all of us will automatically go? Is the real autopilot mood, which is to your tent, all Israel.
Yes. Yes.
Everybody will be speaking whatever you want. There won't be no moderation. There won't be no moderation.
Yes.
You just do your own, I just do my own. We turn to a mockery, international and local mockery. It's a natural thing. So when we tell people, people do not understand. People do not, understand the danger of certain things we do. Maxwell was the one who asked himself to be recorded and made public.
Exactly.
So at that level, his shoulders were still high. It was when he saw a counter attacks that he started working on PR, image,
yes.
making
Damage control.
Yeah, damage control.
Yeah.
If nobody challenged him, he would have even till tomorrow still saying the same thing.
Exactly.
It was the same thing he did. And why was so disrespectful to the DOL? Until immediately he was challenged, has he not gone and keep quiet? Does he
keep quiet now? That is why they are pushing Maxwell now to be in the front lane now.
You understand me? Because that is it. And also bring another person who will think he's vocal, insulting the institution Mazi Kanu raised.
Mm-hmm.
Then the truth is next. Nobody can destroy the structure. I said it. Why Mandela survived is because ANC never allowed themselves to be destroyed. The structure.
Yes.
If they had destroyed ANC, they will knew Mandela. Yes. So it's all this nonsense is coming. First of all, we are both even when Biafra comes, even the politicians who do not believe in Biafra will still be part of Biafra. Am I right?
Of course, my brother.
You cannot de-Biafran them. They will be part of it. But the last thing one can do is that somebody who is not interested, you allow him to override your decision making. He can never. Go and do your thing. Go and sort your things. Go and play your games. But when you now want to the level of destroying the pinnacle, Mazi Kanu, brokers have said it, that the TOS listened to them. Mazi Kanu, under pain, under torture, the DSS officers were asking, how is IPOB run? He said, I'm the leader. Why TOS run day to day? But some people are saying those different scenes at which he has reactivated that he made a mistake. Is that what you're telling us?
You didn't hear me. And this a message to Elochukwu Oyagi. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, just as he said, used the mouth and said that activity of IPOB is being run by DOS, right? And the same guy is saying that when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come out, anything he says goes. Where he quietly know that those that surround Nnamdi Kanu are the enemy of DOS and the enemy of IPOB structure. Which kind of advice are they going to give Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in our own favor now?
The truth is, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a restricted person. We must accept that, take it or leave it.
Yes.
There are certain we cannot allude to him. There is, and when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was also free, we understand.
I'm hearing.
Yes, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was free, we understand the level of synergy he worked with the leadership. So that shouldn't be a problem to us.
No, it's not a problem at all. It's not a problem at all. But when they sound this, word, that means they are preparing something ahead. Yeah. What I think, because according to China Samoru, we all know that they have already mapped the name of those Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must sack, whether he like it or not.
No.
That is why they are preparing this table. Whatever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says goes. Whatever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says goes. Because they have filled Mazi Nnamdi Kanu with lies. That is why they'll be able to remove Ifa Ejiofor and remove Mike Ezokome. In normal sense, nobody is supposed to touch Ifa Ejiofor and Mike Ezokome in this our leader's case.
Thank you. Let us not preempt. For me, there are preempting that are needless. Our prayer is for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be free and for the movement to survive.
Sure.
For Biafra to be restored. All these things are part of those things.
Must survive, my brother. What I saw in Catalonia, I was in Catalonia now. I was in Catalonia where this Bell farm is saying that there's no any
Hello, can I ask before I bring in other people?
Ask me.
In Catalonia, were there pictures of Onyendu on the ground?
My brother, there's picture of Onyendu now. There's banner of Onyendu everywhere. You know where we do the what will I call it? Where we eat is a very big hall. That place is not the new office. That is why you don't see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu picture on the wall, because it's not the last office of Barcelona, Catalonia, IPP in Catalonia. It's just a hall where they rent, because the hall is very close to where we went. So they decided to say, okay, instead of us to transport ourselves to be going to the hall with our office, it's better let us stay in this hall because we are many. People come from Canada, UK, Finland. I saw coordinator of Finland. Many people, different countries come to Catalonia. So there's a picture of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu there. And if you went to the new office, if you can go to Mazi Yoba now, he make a video of the new office. You can see the picture of Onyendu, both picture of Ojukwu, both picture of our brothers and sisters who we are staffed during the war. Yeah, it's full of pictures there. So what I'm trying to say is that they don't even appreciate those who come from different countries. I live in Malaga here. I know how much I spend from Malaga here to Barcelona. I'm talking of me living in Spain here. I know how much I spend from flights going and coming, hotel and other things. What about those who come from Canada, UK, Austria, Finland?
Thank you. We appreciate your time and moment. I want to get back to Nnamdi because he said on the comment section he has requested twice. Okay, Nnamdi, yes, correct. So I think I have you here. Nnamdi, you're highly welcome. I have accepted your request and I hope you will be in on this program. Okay, welcome, Nnamdi. Okay, welcome. Happy Sunday and happy weekend.
Same to you from here.
Okay. The platform is for you because I have taken time to give your comments and your views, and which you also made us understand you can properly educate us, which I think the platform is for you to do what you think you can.
Okay. I want to start with a question. Then, what is the import of this broadcast you are doing now?
What?
What is the import of this very broadcast this very life you are doing now? What is the import? What actually are you trying to achieve by doing this program? Because I feel that
Okay. The broadcast, what am I going to achieve?
yeah.
Okay, the broadcast is for information, sensitization.
About what?
About self-determination, the Biafran self-determination.
Okay, you are still talking about Biafra self-determination. You are still, please. I want you to listen to me. Let me ask you another question concerning freedom or self-determination. Because earlier in your this thing, you said you tried to compare ANC struggle, the apartheid struggle, with that of IPOB Biafran struggle. So I try to find where you reconcile both of them, and then it's like you are jumping over the main issue, the fundamental thing that you're supposed to make mention of. One, Nelson Mandela, in all the struggle, irrespective of the repression, irrespective of all that the apartheid regime did to him and his people, he never for one day, incite his people against the government of the day. He never incite.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Sorry, let me ask you a question. Can I ask? Can I? Okay.
Go ahead.
You said Nelson Mandela fighting for? What did he fight for? What did Nelson Mandela fight for?
He was fighting for equality. He was fighting for he was fighting for equity and justice.
No. You get it wrong. You get it wrong. Do you actually know the history of apartheid regime in South Africa?
But you are the one that tried to make an example of what Nnamdi Kanu was doing
I asked the question again. I asked you a question. I said, what did Nelson Mandela fought for? Did you actually know the history of apartheid regime in South Africa?
Of course, I know. The white domination is about white domination.
Was there exclusion? Was there
it was about white domination in South Africa? That is what that is.
Was the policy of exclusion in South Africa apartheid regime?
You say what? Come again.
That policy of exclusion. I want us to draw it to a point. You will really understand it. But was there policy of exclusion?
Oh, of course, in South Africa then, during the apartheid era, yes.
Okay, is there policy of exclusion in Nigeria against the Biafrans?
Against the Igbos?
Yeah,
yes. Don't because we're going to get to that. This Biafra you are calling Igbos, you are very, very wrong. Please, let's leave that aside. Say Igbos.
No, I asked you a question.
There's no policy. There's no exclusion. There's no official government policy of exclusion against the Igbos in Nigeria.
Now let me now ask you a question. Are you aware the debate in Nigerian House of Representatives? Listen, let me ask you. You said something. Hello.
I'm here. I'm all ears.
Are you aware? Are you aware when in Nigerian House of Representatives, when there was a serious voice exchange in respect to the excluding of Southeast in the railway program of the Nigerian state?
Okay. Wait. Okay, go ahead.
I said, are you aware?
Yes.
So So what is that called?
So is that because of this isolated case now that made, is
No,
that why, is that the reason why
I will give you 10, I will not isolated case, I will give you 10 instances. Just respond to this one. You are aware of it.
Okay.
And it's a policy of exclusion, am I correct?
It's not policy of exclusion anyway. It's not policy of exclusion.
Policy of
let me tell you one thing. Let me tell you what is happening in Nigeria that you don't know.
Let me tell you what is happening in Nigeria that you don't know.
Let me tell you. Because it's those kind of things these are the things that you guys put your hands on that will make you to even come to bring the worst system of.
You said it's an isolated case, isn't it?
That have been done with, yes.
You say it's an isolated case, am I correct?
Yes, I said it. Hello? Hello? Hello?
I'm asking you a question and you seem not to be calm to respond to me.
I'm listening. The network is...
Do you call that an isolated case? Because I want to give you up to 10 instances.
Give me another one.
Okay, good. Thanks very much. What is the composition of Federal Executive Council? Have you ever heard of federal character before?
Yeah.
What does it imply? Is it constitutional?
Let me tell you, where all the geopolitical zones are being represented in critical offices as regard to running of the state. But I'm coming.
Okay.
I'm coming.
So what is the assessment what is the assessment what is the assessment as regards to the representation of the South?
This thing is not only that with the Igbos. It is not only it is only when a government enter, when anybody that enters, like Tinubu enter, or like when Jonathan was in power. Let me use Jonathan, who is our own. When Jonathan was in power, Jonathan will always like to put people he can trust in leadership positions. Just like
I ask you a question. Okay, let me you call
he did not. None of them have been able to fulfill national character. None of them have been able to fulfill it. They are all doing because of their own selfish interests and to protect their government. That is the system. That's what they use. So it is not only an isolated case of Igbo people being disenfranchised or being not allowed to contribute to their own quota.
Okay. Yes, I have given you a second instance. Let me give you a third instance. Listen, are you aware that in Lagos State, and I know that you know the Constitution of Nigeria, which entails that every part of Nigerian has right to live and do business. Am I correct?
Yes.
Are you aware that even the First Lady of Nigeria, I mean the current First Lady, has also made a strong assertive statement threatening the Igbos in Lagos, and which I can quote the newspaper publication for you now.
You don't need to quote newspaper publications. These things have been happening. All these things have been happening. That is the ills of this nation, and everybody is complaining about it. It is not. It is not enough reason. He said what?
Is everybody's complaining about it?
Yes, everybody is complaining. Even everybody is complaining about what is happening in Nigerian government. Each of them that enters there will still want to do something that will kind of favor him or his cronies. Understand me? So it is not enough reason for you now to kind of unleash mayhem on your own people. The people, the so-called people that you said you want them to be free. I'm coming.
You cannot allow you to get that submission, because let me ask you a question. You said unleash.
You always hate dissenting views. You hear always a dissenting opinion. It is not. Nothing is not done that way. You have to listen to other person. Not everybody in this country have one complaint or the other. Nobody that doesn't have any complaint. I can tell you categorically that the Igbos are the ones enjoying Nigeria or enjoying anywhere they are resided. I'm telling you, Igbos enjoy Nigeria. Even in that Lagos, what is happening with Igbos in any part of this country is kind of jealousy. Understand me? It's just jealousy. You know, hate.
Okay, good. I love what you said. Okay, let's have a last one before that's coming. You say jealousy. Yeah. Do you know that when jealousy is not checkmate, it moves to genocide? Do you know that is a social analysis?
It is not, but it is not a government policy. Everything that is happening to Nigeria is not government policy. It's not a government policy. It's not a government policy because their governments, those people in government, they are all united, whether from the south, from the east, from the west, from the north. They are all united. They are all friends. They are coming. They are all friends. They always instigate us. They instigate us.
I believe you're married and you have your kids.
Of course.
Now, where you're living currently, if your neighbors, like you said, are jealous, and you know jealous can attract to attempt to your life, destruction of your property, what will you do?
What I will do
is the practical answer.
What I will do? I will let me just forget about it. Let's leave that. Let's leave that for now.
Thank you. No. Thank you so much. Hence, you're tracking now. I asked you a very simple question. What will you do if you find yourself in a neighborhood where everybody is jealous of you because you wanted to downplay the seriousness of what we are saying, as if it's just a mere jealousy? Remember, it was jealousy that grew into genocide and the Holocaust, the Jewish Holocaust in Europe, and over 5 million people were killed. It was still the same jealousy, according to you, that led to the massacring of over 3 million people from 1967 to 1970. And you are not telling somebody that jealousy around him is likely attracting genocide. Look at what is happening all over the nation. Igbo this, Igbo that. And I ask you, if you're living in the midst of someone who is jealous of you, who threatens you, you have peace, what will you do? And you're telling me, practical answer. What will you do? You see, one thing I have discovered, I appreciate the fact that you joined. One thing I've discovered that the more people want to defend Nigeria, the more stupid they appear. He said the isolation policy in Nigeria targeted at the Igbo is just an isolated case. And I said, okay, be patient, let me point several instances for you. Be patient, let me call up several instances. And you were jumping here and there. And I told you that even is on public, Mazi, don't worry, you will speak. I told you that in a short time, I will tell you, reference you, where it was stated by even the first lady. You say jealousy. So if somebody is being threatened, you call it jealousy. Mazi, have the platform, you're hiding.
All right, Ndewo Mazi, Chineke.
Thank you.
Am I coming out loud? Hello. Hello, Mazi. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
All right, Ndewo Chineke. Greetings to each and every one of us here. Mazi, this man that just spoke last, I wanted to ask you, did you actually selected him to come on, or he requested to join? Because I can see the, frustration written all over him, his face. He acted like Like, should I use Mazi Chukwu, to to match him? Because Chukwu actually spoke, angrily last night, frustrated, so to speak, because of, should I say, lack of understanding, now the struggle. Sorry, I will be combining my English and Igbo language, together. Can we keep up also? Because this our struggle, I think we have entered into the most sensitive part of it. The most sensitive part of it. We have entered into it right now. And this leadership in question, people are trying to play cards for the leadership to, come out and start explaining to them, some certain things. But it doesn't work that way because Mazi himself has made it very, very clear, categorically clear. Even the Nigerian government don't come out to, explain things, to the citizens. Okay, they only tell you the one that the threat you have to, know about it. But the real game, they don't come out to, display it to the public. No, this struggle, without the leadership of this struggle, we are going nowhere. Without the leadership of this struggle, Nnamdi Kanu will be easily convicted because the government, the law is not working, so they don't give a damn. People that committed international crime, are still standing upon illegality to try Nnamdi Kanu. So without the leadership, functioning, it will be very, very easy for them to, jail MMK, put him, where he doesn't supposed to belong. Why am I saying this? These people that are trying to isolate the leadership of IPOB are doing MMK a very, very big harm. They are doing they are trying to cause him a very big harm wherever he is. Upon all the lies that they are telling, all the lies that they are feeding him, in that DSS dungeon, trying every possible means to make him, take him away from the leadership. It is going to be actually a brutal, something towards Nnamdi Kanu if they finally remove him, as the international figure that he is in this Biafran restoration project. Okay, if they finally remove Onyendu from the leadership, then it's over. The game is totally over, and the Biafra land in question will suffer the consequences of this. So please, for our other comrades who have actually, displaying frustrated, I don't even know the word that I use in qualifying it. Those of them that is displaying all this should know better. The person, what is he called? Mazi Madubugo. Mazi Madubugo. The post that he made. The post he made yesterday or day before yesterday concerning the Catalonian Independent Day celebration, that our IPOB official attended. He posted that there was no MMK's banner, displayed. Can you imagine people at this figure displaying such, character on social media? What are they going to, teach the little ones that are still coming up? Because as time goes on, people are dropping, others are coming up. There are new, I believe, by next year, so to speak, by next year, there will be, media warriors who have already been trained that will come up by next year to continue this, very fight, because we are not dropping, we are not stepping on it. Okay, we are equal to the task till the end of the day.
Thank you,
Until
Mazi.
Biafra comes, we are not.
Thank
So
you.
I will draw my curtains from here. I just want to
Thank
make my own. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well,
All right, my brother.
thanks so much. That is how terrible people are. You see, the speaker before our brother who just spoke. Okay, Mazi KEKE is here. Mazi Ndewo.
Mazi Austin, Ndewo, I don't know if I'm coming out clear.
Yeah, you're coming out loud and clear. Mazi KEKE, just a second before you come in. You see how terrible defenders of Nigeria. I ask a simple question: if you are facing challenge with your case in a hostile environment, what will you do? He finds it difficult to say he will leave because warring is not an option; it's to exit. He finds it difficult to say it. How that he turn a stammerer. You see how wicked these guys are. They know the truth, but they hate to speak out the truth. He just automatically turns a stammerer. Martin Dewo.
There was.
Hope you witnessed the guy.
Yeah. That's why only that guy that forced me to enter this year broadcast now. Because of
Okay.
that guy, our people might not understand, but he did a wonderful job there. Also, he did a very wonderful job. They will not understand unless you are following perfectly. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We love people like that. We love them to come around. We are not going to fight them. We love them. We want to meet them. That's why we open space to challenge them, to meet them, because you know the dangerous thing in life, Austin, is ideology. If they impose wrong ideology in your brain, my brother, before you come out of it, it might take you all your life. That's why you see today, if we are talking about religion or Christianity, most of us don't understand it. Most of us don't understand it because that thing has been inside us. It has been ideology of I don't know if you go to North and submit yourself to Boko Haram, to Balaga Kante. Instead of you to run away or find how to defend yourself, you turn around another side for Kabakwaga, another one, because you won't watch it, you won't watch Jesus Christ. So coming to that ideology of that man, if you watch them, almost once you watch them, Austin, Nigeria government have brought people like this, like that, our brother, that man. There are more than 150 personnel in social media. Unless you don't give them chance, they will enter and ask questions. It's no longer Biafrans. And I want to make it clear to them, if that our brother is listening, because when we talk, this is a personal platform. When we talk, we will know all of them. We know them. By their statements immediately, we recognize them. Igbo, we are talking. We don't have only Igbo. We have that Biafran region. Biafran region excluded to even his father's ancestral house. So, but the problem of these people, look, I had his statement when they tell you, you guys, you know, when they start using that language, you guys, you know that that is them. They are heading somewhere. Just give them time, they will come as fully. When they start using that word, you guys, that man now forget that this thing that is happening in Nigeria today is that personal hatred among Igbos. They hate us naturally. Once you are born, you are not an Igbo man. As an Igbo man, you are being hated. Whether you are doing fine or you are not doing fine. Look at the statement that Igbos are doing well, or it's Igbo that is benefiting all over Nigeria. My brother now ask Biafrans how. How? When you are suffering here, I was the one that went to Nigeria European embassy, get a visa, come to Europe, establish myself, maybe sleep outside. At the end run, I got myself systemized. Tomorrow you will come and tell me that it's Nigerian government. Without Nigeria, I will not be here. How? How is it possible? Let us not go back. Let us come to 1999 Constitution. From today, that time to date, can this man tell me one original Igbo man that have been vice president? I'm not talking about presidency, president of Nigeria, just vice president of that so-called Nigeria. Just one Igbo man. But Igbos are benefiting from Nigeria. Is he not the same man now that came here to tell us, has he not seen what is going on in Lagos, how they have been scattering people's house? Those houses, all those allocations, some of them has a government government clearance. Yes, they have it. Mazi, because I know our people, before they will invest their money like that, they must get every clearance now. But at the end, they will bring a new law again just to damage or destroy all those things because of what? You're an Igbo man. And somebody will come here boldly on your platform, you ask him a simple question. They can never answer, but they want you to clear your own because that is what they want. They want to get their own facts, but they don't want us to get our own facts from them. This is what we have been battling from these evil people that cannot say the simple truth. I don't know why somebody will come in this particular century, 2025, defending Nigeria. Why you are seeing what is going on in that country? You still defend Nigeria because you have been bought or because they have given you some money or because they threaten you. You talk about Mazi Nnamdi. We will defend the Mazi Nnamdi, whether good or bad. That is the fact there because it's our own and it's our leader. The truth
It's
of the
our
matter
own.
is, yes, Mazi, the truth of the matter, how many Fulani is there within Nnamdi he's talking about when he's calling you guys? How many Yorubas are there? Igbo, is he not being released? How
Is
many?
a, is a,
Go
Go
ahead,
ahead,
man.
Mazi. Go
Okay.
ahead. Go ahead.
If how many data people? Let me go that side. Bayelsa. How many of them are there within Nnamdi? You hold him because he's an Igbo man. You are trying to jail him to get
And Mazi, do you know,
every important. Yes.
Mazi, do you know recently 2 leaders of Ansura terrorists were caught?
You
These
see?
are people who have committed carnage in the north. They kill a lot of civilians in the north. Do you know they
Yes.
were taken to court just within a couple of weeks? The court indicted them not on terrorism, but on illegal mining of gold in Zamfara.
Exactly.
Instead of
Exactly.
indicting terrorism, they were indicted on illegal mining of gold in Zamfara and given 15 years sentence. Removing terrorism, talking about mining of gold. Do you see that?
It's quite unfortunate. It's quite unfortunate. Why I'm telling you this thing is that you see, when you come about us Igbos, you will see everybody in that region, in that country, coming out to ask us questions to attack us. But most of them see clearly on their national television everywhere, where somebody will recruit a bandit, will bring a terrorist. Tell you that he's a repented Boko Haram, he's a repented terrorist. In your colloquial eye, they will make the person a commander general, commander general of a military, or general command.
Hold on. I have to bring back the dandy of it. The dandy back. Maybe he must have been schooled on what to say, so he decided to come back again. So let's hear what he wants to say.
Exactly, very important. Yes.
Right.
We love them, but they have to be sincere, Mazi. They have to be sincere to us. If we ask them questions, they need to answer us. If they ask us, we need to answer. That is the thing.
Maybe he has done the first blunder. They have to tell him properly. So
Exactly. He's coming back to correct it, yes. Mazi, should I leave or should I wait for you to join him? I don't know.
No.
I want him to be here. Let him be here.
He has been properly guided on what to say. So the floor is for you.
Okay. It's like you misconstrued me. You are pushing a very wrong narrative concerning what I said. What I said, I'm not trying to support what is going on in Nigeria. Underline that. I'm not trying to support what is happening in Nigeria, but what I'm against is the modus operandi of IPOB, headed by Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu rhetoric, the condition of Igbos, the condition of Igbo land as a result of Nnamdi Kanu's shenanigans. That is what I'm hammering on. Now, we want to be free. We want to be fine in our country.
Did you say we? Sorry, did you say we want to be free?
I'm coming. Yes, that is what you guys are saying. You said we want to be free. We want freedom. We want to have our own country.
You people want.
Will you allow me to land so that when you are judging me, you judge me based on what I said And before then, I have concluded what I'm saying. Then you can be right to judge me. Listen, what I'm saying is that what is happening in Igbo land today now, is it the kind of freedom that we watching for? What is happening in Igbo land today? The killing, kidnapping, raping, ritual, cannibalism that is happening in Igbo land now. Maybe you are outside Nigeria.
My brother, let me answer you. Let me answer you this question. Mazi Austin, please. Just let me answer this question because it was a question. You answered the question, so we need to answer you.
Okay.
My brother, I don't know your name. I know all of us concentrated in Igbo land, kidnapping, but I never see any of you coming here to ask this question. What is going on in North today? The killing of Christians, they are kidnapping, bandits. What are they doing about it? I want you to also join that one and ask that the same question. Because it's all over Nigeria. Not only in Igbo land.
Of course, all of us.
So why, now let me return that question to you. Why are you only interested in Igbo land?
Because that is where I was born. That is my.
So you're an Igbo man as well now?
Yes, I'm an Igbo man. Yes, my name is Uchenna. And my name is Uchenna Chukuma. That's my name. Okay?
Wonderful. Now
that's
let me clear you. Let me clear you about that insecurity.
I am from Imo State.
Okay, wait now. Let me clear you. Let me clear you about the insecurity.
I'm a bona fide son. I'm a bona fide son.
Mazi, okay, Mazi, let me clear you. Now calm down. Let me clear you about the insecurity. Yes. Now you talk about insecurity. Let me tell you. Then when we started, as you are pointing fingers on Nnamdi and IPOB, I don't think there is insecurity, or there is no longer kidnapping, or there is not Onyenche, since he said you are an Igbo man. We still have Ndenche. When the village is not doing well, or when there is criminalism in one village or the other, you can organize yourself and have a security personnel that guide that village. Now, let us go to political part of it. When Nnamdi introduced ESN, within some months of it, everywhere was calm in eastern part of that country.
Nowhere was calm. Nowhere was calm. That was the genesis of all the insecurity in Igbo land.
Mazi, I am explaining. When I finish explaining, you can oppose it and say no, it's not correct.
Okay, go ahead.
So I want to learn somewhere. I want to just, if you can be sincere to yourself, to flashback.
Okay. You have the floor.
Now, when we started this ESN, when this ESN was launched, remember your mother can go to farm without coming back alive. Nnamdi was shouting about it. I never see you on social media shouting together with him to Nigeria government to do something about it. You remember many videos that came viral when women went to farmland. The Fulani people cut their hands, cut their private part, cut everything. This man was shouting. I never see any of you coming out to condemn all those evil. Now, that is number one. In this life, there is good, bad, and ugly. There is nothing good that is coming that bad will not follow it. It's not possible. It depends on you to be careful and monitor the one that is bad, to separate it from the good one. So all these things we are saying today about insecurity, and all of you are tagging it to IPOB, our hand is not inside that insecurity. There is infiltrators, which you and me know. I'm coming, Mazi. You now, as you have been disheartened to IPOB and Nnamdi, and with this your mindset now, tomorrow you can get up and take Biafran flag, put on your back, and say you are in Imo State. Biafra must come. You take your gun and kill one person. They will still bring it to us, telling us that it's us that is killing people. That is what we are suffering today. People like you that can do something like that and tag it to us as an IPOB members. So, Maz, I want to leave it at this. So, when you can go ahead.
Yeah. Maz, I want to ask our brother a question, and I need a response. Maz, meanwhile, our brother, welcome back again.
I've not asked what I'm saying. No, I still have what to say. But go ahead and ask the question.
Can I go on?
Go on. It's turning to a questionnaire. It's turning to a questionnaire because I wanted to air my own opinion. It's turning to a questionnaire. Allow me to air my view. first.
No, you
So that you know where I'm
you
coming
said you're
from.
from Imo State. Am I correct?
You say what?
I said you say you're from Imo State. Am I correct?
Yeah, I'm from Imo State, yes.
Okay. In Imo State, who is the chief security officer of Imo State?
We assume is the governor of the state, but then, according
Not by
to going by, we assume he's the chief security, but not in the literal sense.
okay, in
What
the
do I
liberal
mean?
sense, chief
In a literal
security,
sense, what do I mean?
who, by your assumption and by your